Hey, I apologize about this morning's video. I have to use XSplit Gamecaster to record this game because for some reason it just lags like crazy on Broadcaster. I'm not sure why that is. They fuck up XSplit a lot with the updates and stuff. Anyway, I'm just going to cut to the chase here. Basically, there was an optimization patch for Dynasty Warriors 9 a couple days ago, both on PC and console. Apparently on console, if you have PS4 Pro and you play in action mode, it's supposed to be like an uncapped, I think it's like 45 to 55 frames per second, which I've never really seen the console version on an actual TV, but it seems like it's a pretty big improvement. Now on the PC version, I have had some issues. I did have to tinker with the graphics settings a little bit. When I had it on 1080p, it definitely spiked quite a bit, so the optimization is still not great. But it was good enough that I put like maybe an hour and a half into fighting with this game, which I never thought I would really do again. I actually got it running at 60 FPS with very minor spikes. So let me go ahead and show my options here. I already showed this in the last one, but you couldn't hear me because XSplit didn't pick up my mic. I have pretty much everything maxed out. There's some shit in this game that just doesn't matter, like the reflections and the shadows. Put the anti-aliasing on, turn off particles because that's one of the things that really lags this game on PC, especially if you have like an elemental build. So I have that off. The rest of this other stuff, I can't even tell what the hell the difference is supposed to be. So, now the important thing is that I have it at 900p, and I have it on VSync on, and that actually makes it so that it runs at 60 FPS most of the time. Now they did add some other stuff. They added like a new bow or something, but honestly, the bow aiming on this game is like a lot worse than the PS4 version, from what I understand. So I couldn't really care less about that kind of content, but it is there if you want it. I'm just not going to be showing it off. Let me put something else on here. Go back to town really quick. Actually, yeah, let's just go. So you see my frame rate in the corner there? You can pay attention to that if you're really obsessive about it. Get a spike when it loads like that, but after that it actually seems to be pretty stable. Still got my witch time gem on. So while there's some elemental effects here, it probably will tank a little bit. I'm not sure if that's just my computer or not. I've never really had a smooth experience with this game. This is probably the closest I've come to having a smooth frame rate. So I'm not really sure why they came back and did this like 7 months later. Basically, I guess the director said that they were going to do more DLC for the game. So I guess they figure if they want people to actually buy that shit, it's probably in their best interest to actually optimize it and make it not run so poorly on every platform. So they're probably gonna have like Warriors 024 in this like overlap. Like maybe after they get that game's DLC out, they'll come back and do this or something. Like, see right there, the tornado caused a spike. I think that's just shitty optimization still, but it's definitely a big improvement over how it was before. One of the first things I did when I got this PC build was I downloaded this and tried it out, and I don't think it was this stable. Okay, so Zhang Jiao is going to get pissed off and he's going to summon an elemental attack. That usually tanks the frame rate too, but it's actually been relatively stable. So you saw some tanking there. It's mostly just the elemental effects that seems to cause that. But that's pretty isolated to this particular map, so it's definitely a pretty big improvement. So this is a pretty monumental improvement. I haven't really heard from too many other people reporting their results. Obviously, there's not really a whole lot of people super excited for this game at this point. But from my personal experience, I have noticed it's definitely running quite a bit better. Like I said, I did have to knock it down to 900p to get it to run like this. But 1080p was like not unplayable or anything. He doesn't want to stagger. There we go. Not really trying to show a test of skill here since I've done that numerous times, but you can definitely see that it runs better. So I'm not sure when they're going to drop the new DLC. I hope that it's something significant. I definitely am 250% burnt out on this game because I've just played through most of the movesets already. Hopefully they'll have like some decloning or new moves or some interesting accessories to get people back. But yeah, if you have the game, be it on console or PC, it definitely runs quite a bit better. So if that's something that was holding you back from purchasing or playing the game further, you should definitely give it a try. Let me go ahead and show my graphics settings one more time. Now, I didn't do super extensive testing. I fought with it for like an hour, and this was the most optimal thing I found. I probably could deal with turning some of this stuff on and have, you know, maybe a couple extra spikes. But pretty much all the important stuff's maxed out. You know, reflections and dynamic shadows, who gives a shit about that? Fog distance, I think I could probably increase that and not have any spikes too. With characters, it's one of the things people complain about the most is the low peon density. This will help with that. And then pretty much all the other stuff's maxed. So I have full screen, 900p, and then VSync on to cap it at 60 FPS. I have noticed that the GPU usage is still really high, so I basically have to record this game with my X264 codec, which is actually not a bad thing. It seems like the CPU usage is down quite a bit, but it still like just guzzles a bunch of GPU power, so that's probably why it's still spiking. I guess they weren't able to optimize that, but other than that, this is a pretty big improvement. I wish they had done this 7 months before. Like back when the game came out, I definitely would have had a much smoother experience instead of constantly fighting with the frame rate and having people complain about the lag. Now, I know what most of you are interested in. You're interested in when the Warriors Road to 4 content will start. Apparently, when Koei Tecmo America gets back from TGS, they're going to be contacting the content creators about the keys and stuff. So it's probably going to be at least a week, if not more. And you factor in them like packing up the booth and flying back and stuff. So probably about a week from now, maybe we'll hear something about that. So I will not be getting the Japanese early access version unless I can game share off somebody, which as far as I know is not even possible on PS4. So you'll have to wait until then. I will definitely keep you guys posted about the embargo as well. Thanks for watching, and I'm sorry my mic was muted in the earlier video. Peace.